Welcome to Victory Rogue. Each week I will draft a temporary team of Pokemon to try to climb the Pokemon Champion singles ladder. How far will I get? Tune in every Monday to find out. Sup Nerds, Free 99 here. Welcome to the second week of Season 2 Pokemon Champions singles climb. We've got a pretty weak team this time around. It's not going to be as weak as just good stuff pile, but it's basically just a good stuff pile. The key to this team is the Clef key. It's got max special attack thanks to the EV investment and the nature. It's also got EVs in speed, so it's a fast little Pokemon. Trick Room is going to be the key to make or break this team here, and you'll see why in a moment. Light Screen is also there, as well as the ability Prankster, so when Trick Room does reverse the turn order, we can still go quote-unquote first and Prankster up a Light Screen. Focus Sash is there to make sure that Trick Room does happen, so we don't just die to like a Fire Blast or an Earthquake or something. We'll live at 1 health, and then we'll get the Trick Room up, and then we'll get the Light Screen up, and then hopefully die so that the rest of our team can utilize the Trick Room to take out our opponent. If we do get taunted, Steel Beam is there as our only damaging move, and then we've got Spikes in case we run into a Pokemon that likes to set up like Stealth Rocks or something. Very common starters that like to set up for your team are stuff like Klefki, Whimsicott, I believe we've seen a Glimora, we've seen Hippowdon. So if we see any of those on our opponent's team, we know we can layer on at least a Spikes or two, and that will help us out during the fight. Now, as for what we will actually be dealing damage with, we've got Mudsdale, 57 speed. I really wish that EV invested wasn't in there, and it was in like special defense or health instead, but still, it's pretty slow, which means we're almost guaranteed to go first in Trick Room. They've got the Soft Sand, which means Earthquake will be our highest damaging move since we also get stabbed with ground type attacks. Fissure will almost never use. Smackdown is going to be very useful because Flying and Levitate. Flying types and Pokemon with the Levitate abilities are immune to the Earthquake. Facade is there in case we ever get poisoned or burnt. We can still do some decent damage since Facade base power increases if we are like status effect. Their other EVs are in defense and attack with a max defense thanks to the nature that it has. So it's pretty physically bulky and it has, you know, damage. Plus, ground type is a very good physical typing. There's a lot of different types that are weak to ground. Fire, steel, rock. Although you don't see a lot of rock nowadays. Cloudster is our water type. It's got Water Pulse, Aqua Jet, and Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump we're not really going to care for. So Water Pulse and Aqua Jet are very good stab moves. Plus it's got the, what is that thing called? Mystic Water, I believe? The held item that we put on it. So that means Water Pulse plus Mega Launcher plus Stab plus Mystic Water should deal quite a bit of damage. Aqua Jet, even though we are modest nature with the decreased special attack, it should still be useful for getting that priority hit to our opponent to take them out if they're like 5% health or less. Aura Sphere also gets buffed with Mega Launcher, so that will be our coverage move. In case our opponent is like a grass type or something else that resists water. Again, I don't really want to rely on Hydro Pump trying to take anything out. Sketchy accuracy for me, for some reason, always misses. Crabominable, funny enough, has a Mega now. We've got max attack, we've got EV investments in attack, and then max special defense thanks to its nature and EV investment. It also has negative speed, which means it is slower than Mudsdale, so this is our quote-unquote fastest Pokemon under Trick Room, I believe so. It has the ability Iron Fist, but we have no punching attacks, which is very unfortunate for us. Close Combat is not considered a punching attack. Neither is Stomping Tantrum, neither is Thief, neither is Icicle Spear. So our regular ability is pointless, and then when we Mega, it keeps the Iron Fist. So we really don't have an ability on Crabominable. It would have been better if Close Combat was like Drain Punch or something, and then we had Ice Punch instead of Icicle Spear. But there's still two really good stab moves. At least Icicle Spear has 100% accuracy. Stomping Tantrum is there because we are weak to stuff like Fire types and Steel types. So a ground type move for versatility is great. Thief is kind of pointless. We cannot get rid of our Mega Stone. So it's not like we can use the utility of Thief to steal our opponent's, like, I don't know, Focus Sash or like leftovers or something. But it is there in case we do have to fight a Psychic type. We're probably not going to use it though. It also has low base power. Sylveon is here, max health, max special attack. I can't say max health because there is no nature that increases health. So yeah, fully invested EVs in health is just max health. And then this is modest as well, so it is max special attack. A bit of EVs and special defense. 80 speed isn't what I would consider slow, but it is still under 100, so it's below average. Moonblast is great for our stab attack, and then quick attack does get buffed by Pixelate and stab, so it's almost like the Aqua Jet of Klotzer. We can use it to pick off like 5% health Pokemon that should have died but didn't. Mystical Fire is there for coverage. I believe this does reduce special attack 100% of the time. So if we do run into a special attacker, we can lower their special attack in hopes to get like 1 or 2 more attacks off, whether or not they are weak to Mystical Fire or not. Charm is a debuff that increases physical attack. I don't think we're ever going to use it. We'd rather try to deal damage with Moonblast or Quick Attack or Mystical Fire. Appleton is the last Pokemon we will be using this time around. 52, okay, so I was incredibly wrong. 56 is not the slowest. It's 52 on Appleton. We've got max health, max special attack, thanks to the nature and EV investments. They're holding the leftovers. That coupled with grassy terrain heals quite a bit at the end of every turn over time. Light Screen is there for some defense. Recover as well. So this is a very bulky Pokemon. It also has Thick Fat, which means we no longer get one-shot by ice types. Thick Fat increases resistance by 1 stage against fire and ice. So we used to be neutral with fire. Grass is weak to fire. Dragon resists fire. That made it become neutral. Thick Fat made it so we are now resisting fire. And then we used to be 4 times weak to ice type attacks. But because of Thick Fat, we're only 2 times weak. So Ice Beam shouldn't one-hit us. Apple's Acid is our only attacking move. At least it will decrease the opponent's special defense by 1 stage every time it hits. So that means the more we whack our opponent, the more damage we will do on a ramping pace. Unfortunately, the debuff doesn't like apply to the next Pokemon that they might throw out at us. So it would have been better if it was an attack that boosted our attacks instead of lowering the opponent's defenses. For the bench warmer, this time we have Cofferigus. Increased defense thanks to the EVs, and then increased special attack, maxed out special attack thanks to the nature. A speed of 45, so this could have been the slowest Pokemon in our team. Unfortunately, I didn't like its move pool. I just took it because it was like the slowest Pokemon out of all the picks, and none of them were even good for like other strategies like Sun, Rain, Sandstorm, or Hail. Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Psychic, having all of those in one Pokemon means you're almost not... You have an attack that hits everything at least neutral, but they're pretty weak. I'd rather have anything else. Like Thief doesn't even belong in there because they're a special attacker. And then if you're wondering what Mummy does, if we get physically hit by an opponent, like the attack makes contact, we will override their ability into Mummy. And then once that Mummy passes over, it just keeps passing on as long as like a contact has been made. So it could screw up our entire theme. Since we have, you know, Mega Launcher on Klotzer, if it gets Mummy, then that means we start dealing less damage. Same thing with the Pixelate from Sylveon. And then we could get one shot with like an ice beam if thick fat goes away. The same thing happens to our opponents. Like we could get rid of something like no guard, but you know, because of the downside of Mummy getting passed back to us, I wasn't willing to risk it. So yeah, that's the team we have this time around. It's not as great as like a 3-cell Sun team, but still better than nothing. At least we have some sort of strategy. We're gonna need this because we are now in Great Ball tier rank 4. Let's see if we can do any climbing we have this time around. Okay, we have our first battle here. Speaking of Pokemon that can set up traps, that Toxapex could be like Toxic Spikes starter. So we could layer down some spikes of our own. As for what to take out, they have 2 grass types. So maybe Appleton isn't such a bad idea. That's a Mega. That's probably a Mega Lopunny or a Mega Gardevoir. Those are going to be the ones that will hurt us the most. We don't really have anything good against them. A fighting type, a fairy, a psychic, a normal. We could do Crabominable. Fighting does go against normal types at least. We'll do Appleton. No, because then the dragon weakness. We'll do Sylveon for the fighting weakness against the Komodo, a fighting weakness, the fairy weakness against the Komodo, the fighting weakness against the Mega Lopunny. And then, yeah, maybe Crabominable? Or we still stick with the Appleton? I think this is fine. We definitely start with Klefki. We definitely need the Trick Room up. Depending on what they start with, we might just do like a layer of spikes. Because we'll just be staring at each other. We're immune to poison, so that's great. They can't like Toxic Stall us. Rose Raid start, okay. I'm fine with that. I don't think they have anything against steel types. So I feel comfortable starting with a spikes. There's the Prankster spikes. We like that, we like that. What are they gonna do? Toxic spikes? Okay. Okay, this is great. They're probably gonna do a second layer. So let's go ahead and send our own second layer of spikes. And then the next turn we can do Trick Room. And then switch somebody in. As for who we send in is gonna be very dependent on what they do. We can't be toxic. I'm sorry. That doesn't work with us. There's the Trick Room. So we know that they're gonna try to toxic us. We could make use of this and just put more spikes down. It could be funny. I'm gonna try it, see what happens. I believe 3 layers of spikes is the most. They're still gonna try to toxic us. Okay, okay. So they're just wasting the Trick Room here. That is very unfortunate. We know they're gonna try to toxic again. I really don't want to throw anybody out. I really don't. Maybe we just do a light screen first? Withdrew the Rose Raid. Okay, they knew they weren't going anywhere with it. There's the Komodo. Here comes the spikes damage. Look at all that. We're setting up the light screen. Okay, so they have a dragon type. They might go for a dragon move, in which case we go Sylveon. And even if it's not a dragon move, we should resist. They're going for the Quick Claw. Okay, that's not bad. They were going to be damaging us anyways. We're now badly poisoned, which is annoying. They're going to Focus Miss, and it didn't do anything. We take the poison damage. So we're going to go straight in with a Moonblast. There's no reason not to. And if the Rose Raid does come back to eat the Moonblast, we can Mystical Fire. Endure? Why are you in the... Okay, so they really want to make sure that the trick room goes away. Is the trick room gone? Is the next question. Dimensions back to normal is fine. We do have the quick attack. This is why it's great. They're enduring again, which doesn't matter. This is like a very stally set. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's a very stally set. Sylveon is hurt a little bit more to the poison. Okay, that's fine. There's the low punny. Are they gonna Mega right away? Because if they Mega right away, we could do quick attack, which is very funny. There is the Mega Ring. Okay, awesome, perfect. They're now part fighting, so they're gonna take quite a bit of damage thanks to them being fighting type. Under half health. That's great for us. That is amazing for us. There's the Mega Kick. We do go down. There is a world where we kept the Sylveon Sylveon alive because we know that their Mega is weak to Fairy. And then we did have the fire attack for the Rose Raid. But I think we're still fine. Here comes the Klefki. We cannot be poisoned, which is great. We're gonna set up the Trick Room again, which we want. They're gonna hit us. We still have the Choice Scarf. Or the Focus Sash, not Choice Scarf. Wrong belt. Special defense goes down, which is great for us. That means we can hurt them. They could have quick attack. We might as well go for the Steel Beam here. If they switch out, then we'll still deal damage to somebody. There goes the Steel Beam. They die. That's great. Unfortunately, we lost all of our health. So it's a double KO. So it's two grass types staring at each other. And depending on what they have, we could be in trouble. I'm not entirely sure if Rose Raid has the ability to recover health. But if it's like Protect Stall, then we might be screwed. We do resist... Well, we both resist grass. But... No, I believe they are also 4 times resistant to grass. At least we can Apple Acid and it will deal stacking special defense drops. Extrasensory. Okay, so they're guaranteed damage versus our healing versus our stacking damage type of thing. Like they have guaranteed damage. They have the poison stacks. We have the special defense drops, and we have... That's basically it. And we're attacking first. I don't think we can make this. Especially if the dimensions go back to normal and they can attack first. I don't think we can make this. I think sacking the Sylveon was the worst idea we've had. There goes the Intersensory. We live, but we don't. If the dimensions go back to normal, we're dead. Oh, we were dead from the poison anyways. Yeah, maybe sacking the Sylveon wasn't the best idea. GG's, Rintaro. GG's. That wasn't the best start to this video, but it was a start. I'm gonna be back real quick. I think I hear somebody knocking on the door. One moment. Okay, we're back. Let's continue with the climb. This looks like a starter team. I don't know why, but it's giving me starter team vibes. I could be wrong though. Good luck, have fun. Huijiang? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The dolphin will be very annoying. And we don't really have anything good against it. Left key's in, that's a no-brainer. We could resist it with Klotzer and just Mega Launcher Aura Sphere it to death. And I do like that idea. Which means the other one will be the Mudstale. Because Gengar will probably be in. Ground is good against the Aggron. And then we're at least neutral to the Beedrill. So that's like 3 Pokemon. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. Good luck, have fun again. Hydreigon lead. Okay, we have a Steel Fairy, so they shouldn't be doing a whole lot of damage to us. It could run Flamethrower though, so I think we're gonna start off... Well, it's usually a special attacker, so we should start off with a Light Screen. And then we'll see how much damage it does to us. If we can get off, Assurance. Okay. That's a weird attack to have. If that's all they have, I want to lay down some spikes. Like 1 or 2 layers, and then we get the Trick Room up. We're just gonna keep going for the Assurance. That's kind of weird. I mean, it is a physical move, and we did put up Light Screen, but they wouldn't have known that from turn 1. They could be baiting us here. Lash out? Okay, sure. Did a bit more damage. I don't think we're gonna get the last layer spikes off. Or if we do, we're gonna do Trick Room and then spikes. There's the Lash out. We're gonna take damage here. We're at 24 health. We did live that. Here comes the Trick Room. And then we could just Steel Beam for some damage here. And I'm not opposed to that. They still get to go first? Oh yeah. Our Klefki has over 100 speed. So this makes sense. They critted, which I don't think matters. Maybe we should have gone for the Prankster Spikes. Light Screen's gone, but they're a physical set, so that doesn't really matter. Aura Sphere is great here because they are part Dark type. One hit, 1 kill. Amazing. So now whatever they send in is gonna take some damage. Sylveon, nice, nice. Well, we're neutral against each other, but we do have Mega Launcher and the Mystic Water. Plus Stab, so this should deal some quite bit of damage. Okay, I'll take that, I'll take that. Here comes a Play Rough. Only does about 1/4 of our health. This Water Pulse should take him out. And then we just have to deal with one of our Pokemon. Dimensions are back to normal, which is a bit annoying. Water Pulse is the only attack we can do here. We might have done the Hydro Pump, but I don't think it's worth it to miss. I think we can guarantee some damage here. It's not a Mega Beedrill, so that's something. And then we just OTK. Alright then. GG's to my opponent. Huijiang. We still get the performance bonus, which is kinda nutty. I wonder until when that thing will disappear. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but good luck, have fun anyways. Now this looks like an actual team. This doesn't look like a quote-unquote bot team, which may or may not exist. They could do the Toxapex route, which means Klefki is fine. We're immune to the poison, and I'm pretty sure we resist the water. The Charizard and Dragonite makes me think Mudstale will be hilarious here, because we can knock him down, and then the Dragonite will be weak to the Earthquake. And then they do have a dragon. I mean, they have 2 fire types, but maybe Klotzer is also good here. Mega Launcher can deal with, actually can't really deal with anything. Crabominable is a horrible idea because they have 2 ghost types. Sylveon wouldn't be so bad. No, they have 2 poison types. You are terrible, and then 2 poisons. Plus all the fire. So yeah, maybe Klotzer is the play. Klefki, Mudstale, Klotzer. It's a Mimikyu lead. Okay, sure. I think we're okay with setting up spikes here. I don't think Mimikyu can learn anything that can OTK us. There's the Prankster spikes. Are they just gonna, like, Swords Dance or something? They are gonna Swords Dance. Okay. So this is gonna be an issue. Because they have access to Swords Dance. They're gonna be like +6 Swords Dance with priority. So we need the Trick Room right away. There's their Swords Dance. Here comes the Trick Room. They're probably gonna Swords Dance one last time. We should at least break their thing with the Steel Beam. Although we might get swept here. They do take like 1/4 of their health and damage or something. This guy's goes down. They lose a bit of health. Shadow Claw. Okay. They didn't go for another buff. That's fine. That's good. Mudstale has more defense. It is maxed out on defense. If anybody's gonna survive it, it's gonna be you. Let's go for the Earthquake and hope for the best. Even if they don't die, we can at least... Okay, they do die. But even if they did die, we had the Aqua Jet on the Klotzer. There's a Toxapex. That's fine. It takes a bit of health, so even if it had Focus Sash, it wouldn't trigger. It's using Toxic, so it's a lot faster than us. Or a lot slower than us, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping this Earthquake can take it out. Yeah! Okay, good. We're in a very good spot right now. What is their final Pokemon? We do take a bit of poison damage, but that's fine. It was a Charizard. We're going to smack it down because we do attack first. If they go Mega, the sun will be up, which means our Klotzer is going to be in big trouble. Oh! It is the dragon version. Okay. I mean, Smackdown will still deal quite a bit of damage. Plus, we know that it no longer has the, it has the sun. So, that's great for us. It's physical, which means we live. But I believe the Twisted Dimensions are back to normal. So hopefully, maybe it will confuse itself. 2 turns of upgrade instead of 3 would be beneficial to us. Unfortunately, it does have one more, and we have... I mean, we don't have the best defense. The max health is going to be useful. We can probably get an attack out. We can do like a water pulse. We could try to bank it on hydro pump as well, but I want the guaranteed damage from water pulse. And then if they're low enough, we can try for the aqua jet. Yeah, it has to be an aqua jet kill. There's the fatigue. Here comes the water pulse. Oh, we don't even need the aqua jet. We took him out. Nice. GG's. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but GG's nonetheless. Great Ball Tier Rank 3, here we are. I believe if we get one more win, we also get the win streak bonus. So that's going to be great. The performance bonus was still there, but I think that's because we ended the game with the Great Ball Rank 4. So maybe it disappears now? Or maybe it continues until we reach our previous spot, which would be really nice. This is a very scary team. Suddenly, I wish I had Cofarigus, because there's been a lot of poison types running around. We don't have any psychic attacks or anything against the Sneasler. Closest would be the Fairy Moonblast. At least it's neutral. So we're gonna go Klefki. We're gonna go Sylveon. And then I see at least 2 that die to Earthquake. Well, no, we do have Earthquake. Wait, what am I saying? We have Earthquake. Ground takes out Poison. This seems fine. This seems fine to me. Good luck, have fun, Rengoku. Incineroar would lead. That's great. So we're gonna straight up go for the Trick Room because we know they're gonna be like, oh, that's horrible. We no longer have the defense. Focus Sash is gone. I'm hoping we survive this. Parting Shot. Okay, okay, that's fine, that's fine. They didn't attack us. I'll take it. What's coming up then? G-Chomp? Sure, that's okay. We get the Trick Room out. They're probably gonna Earthquake and kill us, so we might as well get a layer of Spikes out if they're gonna be all that switchy with us. Substitute, huh? Okay. That's gonna be a little annoying. They're gonna try to stall out the Trick Room. We should break it. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but we should break it. There goes half our health, but the substitute should disappear. They're going for a Swords Dance. Okay. If they go for another substitute... No, because we kill ourselves. That's the issue here. We should do the Spikes. How many turns for the Trick Room? 2 more turns. Because if we Steel Beam and they put up the substitute... No, we should Steel Beam. We should Steel Beam. Get their health down to low and hopefully the substitute doesn't activate. No. That's unfortunate. Because if they get a free substitute here, that's going to be very unfortunate for us. They're Earthquaking. Okay, okay. No free substitute. Trick Room is still out for at least 1 more turn. We are absolutely going into Sylveon here. We have 1 turn of priority Moonblast. And that's all that we need to take this out. They're probably gonna switch though. Nope, they're gonna stay in. So there goes the Moonblast. They wasted our entire trick room, which is unfortunate. I thought the Incineroar would have gone and killed us. So the fact that we actually got it off is amazing. They were playing 5D chess while we were playing checkers. Incineroar is back. That's annoying. Intimidate does nothing for us. They could try to swap out again. Charm does what? Lowers the attack by 2 stages. Might as well use it. They're going for the Flare Blitz. Quite a bit of damage. They do take recoil, so that's great for us. Because of this Charm, we should survive the next Flare Blitz. So then Moonblast should take him out if they do take recoil damage. Or at least... Ooh, we outspeed. Huh? Not entirely sure why, but we did outspeed. That's a little crazy. Maybe we're tied in speed. Hopefully we get to attack first again. Oh, we should have done the quick attack. I'm dumb. No, we still get to go first. Okay, cool. Nice. Awesome. Perfect. And then we get the quick attack damage on whatever Pokemon they have left. It's a King Gambit. At least quick attack is neutral. Supreme Overlord is gonna be a pain. But at least... Oh, Mystical Fire is here. Do we go for the Charm? Maybe we go for the Charm. Sucker Punch! It fails because we're not... Oh, this is amazing. Now, will they fall for it twice in a row? Or will they try to kill? They went for it again! Dude, this is nuts! Surely they won't go for it 3 times in a row, right? Surely they're gonna take me out instead of getting -6. No! I am so sorry, buddy. But you just got read like a book. Oh, Swords Dance! Okay, sure. Try to get your attack back up. But that's not gonna matter. Do we go for the Charm again? I feel so bad for them. There's a Sucker Punch! Yo, this is hilarious. Okay, enough goofing around. We're gonna take him out with the next Mystical Fire, I think. Are they? They're thinking. They're like, how is this? Okay, there we go. There's the Sucker Punch. And we live, and that's the crazy part. Frosty. GG's, bro. What was your name? I forgot what the name was. Rengoku. GG's Rengoku. Who knew Charm would actually be useful? Win streak bonus and a performance bonus. Great Ball tier rank 2. 1 bleep into it. Nice. Let's continue battling. Can we actually hit Ultra Ball in this episode? Chutch? I think I read that fast enough. Good luck, have fun, Chutch. Okay, so they got Sand. That's not really that annoying. The Greninja will be annoying though. If we go Klefki... The Greninja being able to swap into whatever it wants is going to be very annoying. If we go, like... They have quite a few that either dies to fighting or ice. So maybe we finally use the Crabominable here. And then if that's a Mega Gyarados, that's quite a few dark types and a fighting type. So Sylveon isn't a bad idea. Klutzer would also be good since it can resist the water typing of the Gyarados and the Greninja. But I think this is fine. The Mega Greninja will be very annoying though. I don't know if we can beat this. Good luck, have fun, Chutch. Intimidate doesn't worry us one bit. We're pretty good here, unless it has Earthquake. It might have Earthquake, honestly. Let's go for the Trick Room right away. It's going for the Dragon Dance. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I'm okay with this. So it is a physical. Here comes the Trick Room. It might go for the +6/+6. Let's set up the spikes now. Even if it does go for the +6/+6, at least we can get the spikes ready. And then we have the Focus Sash to Trick Room again. They're going for the kill. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Whether or not they damage us here is irrelevant. We're gonna take ourselves out with the Steel Beam. If they're smart, they'd go for a free Dragon Dance. If they had Focus Sash, it's gone now. Ooh, they were smart. Okay, at the very least, we know that we're gonna outspeed. Do we just Mega Icicle Spear? Doesn't sound that terrible. I'm hoping we hit enough times that they go down. One bad Earthquake and we're gone though. That's the annoying part. Best case scenario, maybe they switch into something and we take it out. And then they lose all of their buffs. Best case scenario. It looks like they're not. One, two, just 2 times, that sucks. They're going for the waterfall. Okay, at least we get to attack first again. Hoping for 3 hits here. Can we at least take out 1 Pokemon? Oh, we only needed 2. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. The Dimensions, I think, are still here for 1 more turn. No, we lost it. Okay, well, we are screwed. They have a Chestnut. Their Chestnut is obviously going to go first. And then they're going to, like, Drain Punch us. Yep. That is unfortunate. Luckily for us, we do have the Sylveon. It is strong against Chestnut, but not if they get to attack first. We might have lost this just because we lost the Trick Room. It's unfortunate, but it happens. There's the Leech Seed. They're just gonna out-heal us, which is gonna be very annoying. Drain Punch isn't gonna do a whole lot of damage, but with the damage that we're gonna take from Leech Seed... Oh, hello! I thought Chestnut was very bulky. It turns out I was mistaken. Or maybe it's just bulky in defense. Either way, we're locked in with a Leech Seed. We can't even... Oh, a Dragonite. That is unfortunate for them. It does have Miracle Scale or whatever, which means this first attack isn't going to do anything. It's going to take at least 2 attacks for the Dragonite to go down. Whether or not we live those 2 attacks is going to be a different story. There's the Hurricane. It hit, which is annoying. We're above half health, but that could be like low damage roll. 48% health. That's not bad. Leech Seed does heal it up. Okay, so we're under half health. All we can hope for is the Hurricane to miss. I doubt it's gonna miss. We could try double quick attack, but that sounds like a terrible idea. Here goes everything. The Hurricane does hit. That's unfortunate. Yep, and we're gone. GG's, Chutch. We had the right team comp, unfortunately. they had a stronger team. I think I've got time for like 2 more battles. Hopefully we can make him win, and then we'll get... Ooh. I think that's Korean, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Good luck, have fun either way. An Armor Rogue, a Dragon Knight, Mega Legs. So their team dies to Earthquake. So we're going Klefki Mudstale. I really don't want to use Crabominable because that could be Mega Legs and it could kill us. But also Mega Dragonite we would kill. But they can see that our Mega Crabominable can kill their Mega Dragonite, so why would they use Mega Dragonite? Yeah. So how would we kill Mega Legs? Appleton maybe? I could be horribly wrong though, and they don't even use either of those two. Good luck, have fun to you. Yeah, Karate lead. Okay, they can't really do a whole lot to us. So I think we can at the very least get off 1 turn of spikes. Can Yaskarada learn any fire attacks? I'm not entirely sure. It is a magician, so maybe it knows mystical fire, magical fire, whatever. And we just threw because we'll never get the trick room up. U-turn. Okay, that's not gonna do a whole lot. That will break our focus sash, which is a little annoying. But we did get the spikes out, so whatever comes out might take damage, unless it's like the Dragonite. Although, why would they put out a Dragonite against... It's an Armor Rogue. Here's where the problem is. I don't think we can get off the trick room. We could Prankster Light Screen. They are usually special attackers. I don't think we're gonna get the trick room out this time around. There goes the armor cannon. Hopefully we live and we can get another... Nope, we don't. Okay, it's a good thing we didn't try for the trick room. At least we got the light screen up. So here comes Mudstale. We don't have that much in special defense is the issue, but they could be scared and swap out. We're gonna go for the Earthquake. They are scared and swapping out. Yeah, Skarada comes back? No, Dragonite! That's gonna be annoying. We should have got Mega Crabominable, but we don't even have the thing anyways. So let's go for the Smackdown. I don't think, Outrage again, really. At least it's physical. Here comes the Smackdown. Monday Night Raw. Can at least be 2 turns Outrage. I'm tired of seeing 3-turn Outrage. Unless I've been incredibly wrong this entire time and Outrage does last for 3 turns. It's not a Mega Dragonite, which is interesting. They're down to 15. If we had some sort of priority move, it would have been great, but we don't. Always 3 turns with them. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it's 3 to 4 turns instead of 2 to 3. So they're fatigued. They're obviously going to switch out, which is the problem, because they have an Armor Rogue. They could stay in, and we could die here. We might as well Apple Acid. At least take out one of their Pokemon. Please hit yourself. Nope. We never hit the 50-50. Alright, GG's. GG's. Maybe we should have led with the Trick Room. Who will be our final opponent? Don't know how to pronounce it, but good luck, have fun anyways. Good news is we climbed. We didn't climb far, but we climbed. They have a bit of a team, don't they? So, we don't have a fire type, which is very annoying. We do have a ground type, and Mudsdale does have Smackdown. So that's not a terrible idea. How do we deal with the Whimsicott? Crabominable? Ice also takes down... Yeah, I think it's Mudsdale and like Crabominable, honestly. Something tells me to go Sylveon. Mystical Fire kills the Fluff Ball. And it kills the Corviknight. Moonblast takes out the Garchomp. And the Absol. And Mystical Fire takes out the Ice type. Yeah. Maybe it's Klefki Sylveon Crabominable? I'm gonna go with this, see what happens. Crabominable may be the wrong choice, but I have a funny feeling that they're gonna use the Garchomp. So we want the Ice type. Good luck, have fun. Frost Slash. Okay, so they want it to be blizzardy. They could Mega right into the blizzard, so let's get the Trick Room up. Nightshade. Okay, they want to take us out. That's respectable. Trick Room comes out. We might have enough to live here with a light screen, but also spikes. I think we do spikes maybe? Spikes live and then Steel Beam? No, we do Steel Beam. We want all the turns of Trick Room. Maybe this will kill them in one shot anyways. Yeah, it's a one shot, one kill. We lose half our health though, which is annoying. But we took out one of their Pokemon. Absol comes out. Do we want to Prankster Spikes? We've only got one Pokemon left. I think we go for the Steel Beam. Assurance? They're faster than us? In Trick Room? That's kind of crazy. So does that mean they're going to be faster than our Sylveon? Only one way to find out. There's the Sucker Punch. Okay, we knew that was a priority move. Here comes the Moonblast. One shot, one kill. Funny enough, both Pokemon that they sent out could Mega Evolve, but they didn't. Here comes a Whimsicott. Now I know Whimsicott does not have a Mega, but we can Mystical Fire it still. 8%? Not bad, not bad. Twisted Dimensions go back to normal, but we do have the Quick Attack. Dazzling Gleam shouldn't do a whole lot to us. This should kill. Yes, nice. And that's all they wrote. GG's. I don't know what your name is, but GG's nonetheless. Our what was it? Performance bonus is gone, so that's cool. It didn't go past Great Ball rank 4, I want to say. But yeah, we did a bit of climbing, so that was great. We're almost where we left off last season, and we've still got, I think, 3 more episodes to go. So until then, as always, I've been Free99. You've all been amazing. I'll catch you next time.